So let's talk about Endlessly. Now, we're not sure that he's actually going to run in the Derby. He is dual entered for the American Turf on Derby Day as well, but he is in the race as far as we know right now. He's owned by Ammerman Racing and trained by Mike McCarthy, former D. Wayne Lucas assistant, and nice trainer. I like him out in California. And his jockey is Umberto Rispoli, who's a really nice one. And we don't, he's out in California mostly, so we don't see him in the East, but he's a good jockey. You see, 5 out of 6 starts in the money, 5 wins, rather. And this is a serious horse. The problem is he's just been on grass and synthetic mostly. The only race we have seen him off the turf is the Jeff Ruby Stakes, but he obviously put together a pretty good effort. So we take a look at his pedigree, and we see he's by Oscar Performance, and who has been a great turf sire, particularly first off, and being by Kitten's Joy, that's not a surprise. But one thing we know about Kitten's Joys are they can run on dirt, and Oscar Performance so far, as we'll see when we look at his get, has plenty of horses who run on dirt. So it's not really that big an issue. You take a look at the pedigree, the dosage profile, and you do see he has some stamina influence there. So a 2.60 GP dosage index is pretty good. And a 56.04 GSV, which in comparison to the rest of the field is pretty good as well. So this horse has a really solid pedigree. We look down at the conduit profile, and there's an equal balance between speed and stamina. But Oscar Performance hasn't had a problem with 2 turns, and I don't expect he would. So this is a pretty classy horse. You see a lot of black type in the second generation. So, I mean, there's plenty of class here, for sure. Now, we look at the get for Oscar Performance, and as I mentioned, there's quite a few who have run on dirt effectively. Red Carpet Ready, for one. Tumba Rumba, who's turning into a really nice 4-year-old with a big-time heart, which I liked a lot. I do like a lot with Tumba Rumba. And the winner is, we saw on turf, Deer District has been a sprinter on dirt, as well as Tricari, who just, I believe, won a race at the fairgrounds that was a sprint on dirt. So there's some dirt pedigree here. I mean, there horses who can run on it. So I don't know that we have to be terribly concerned. I have to believe that if they're even considering it, that Endlessly probably can get to dirt. But we'll just have to see. You see the dam. Endlessly is the only black type one in the field. Peacefield, I believe I've seen run before, but it was only once. But you see, Endlessly clearly the star of the show here. Not much to determine from the other get. And if we look at the Equibase, we'll see it's all turf. Did run in the El Camino Real out at Golden Gate on synthetic, and I think that probably gave him the impetus to try the Jeff Ruby, and they were proven right. He had a really nice effort. So again, the big mystery, of course, is dirt, but we will take a look at the Jeff Ruby and see how he did in his last race. So here's the Jeff Ruby Stakes at Turfway, and it's on synthetic, just a reminder. And Endlessly is in the 10 hole here, so a little bit to the outside.
Outside, he boxed it his first
attempt. A real nice call from Tony Callow. Really enjoyed him all winter at Turfway, so next when they start up again, give him a listen. So anyway, he got away pretty well.
And Lucky Jeremy begins quickly.
And in no real hurry to get up to the lead. Going to rate about mid-pack.
Flame is also amongst the early action. Sees the gray outside of Otello. Noted, much closer than anticipated. He's only 3 lengths off the lead. Here's the favorite Endlessly.
The thing is about this race, it was kind of a race of paper tigers. Noted and Lucky Jeremy, Otello, even West Saratoga to a degree, although he did run pretty well.
Lucky Jeremy making the pace, a length to Northern Flame and a good spot from the outside.
Has a little something to do with the race rating being a little low. But anyway, you see Endlessly rating mid-pack, and he's in no hurry.
Otello is 3 lengths off the lead. Boy, they are very bunched up. Endlessly has a little more than 4.5 to find. He's about a neck in front of Woodcourt. Then we're going to triple
And the
espresso.
pace is moderate.
6 lengths from the front. Dancing Groove is towards
Slow.
the tail of the field. A very compact group. 23 1/5, 48 2/5.
What you have to like here is just endlessly, like he just knows how much horse he has because he's not even worried.
With his wide journey, Noted continues to save ground, ask for a little run. Sees the
Look,
gray,
he sees the gray making a move, and yet he's
he's
sitting like a statue and endlessly, and still is like, okay, I guess we'll run him down. Pace is really slow, so got to give him some credit for closing into a pretty slow pace, but right here, I mean, he just makes his move, and that's it.
Endlessly makes his move at the 8th pole.
West Saratoga ran a pretty good race.
Endlessly storming home, and look at him. Endlessly is free and focused in the Jeff
That's
Ruby,
it, pretty
and he's
much.
a powerful winner.
Real nice horse.
West Saratoga, I think, hangs on for second. Sees the gray is there. Triple Espresso was really closing in. Then Woodcourt and Lucky Jeremy. How about Endlessly, a good-looking winner of the Jeff Ruby?
So if we look at Endlessly, I mean, that was really nice winning the Jeff Ruby. The issues and concerns are pretty obvious. Dirt to turf. You know, can he handle the dirt? That's really what it comes down to. But as we saw with the Pedigree, he's got quite a few relatives who didn't have any problem with it or don't have any problem with it. And I think it's a fairly safe bet that he can probably get it. The question then is, if you answer that one, and I think 1.25 miles he'll be able to get, I'm not worried about that, is speed. Is he fast enough? He's faced, kind of grade B company. The Jeff Ruby was sort of a JV race, I think. There were a lot of paper tigers in it, like Noted, and so the competition level is, of course, the other question. This is a nice horse, and I think maybe competition-wise he's equal to the task, but I think he'll fight, but I just don't know about the speed. That's really the big issue for me, but this is a classy horse, and he adds a little bit of intrigue to the Derby.